In the future, the rich keep themselves captive. They gave up their money and their freedom. They willingly live in a prison called dungeon. In this place, not only do they have to get up on time every day, they also have to eat on time. They even have to go to the toilet on time. For the rich, wealth is no longer their goal. They care more about their health. It turns out that the earth is heavily contaminated with nuclear wastewater. This has made it impossible for all living things to survive on the surface. So the surviving human beings had to hide in this underground world. This underground world also holds a lottery once a week. Whoever wins the lottery will be sent to live on Paradise Island, because it's the only place on Earth that's not polluted. But there's one group of people who don't need a lottery to get to Paradise Island. That's pregnant women who are about to give birth. But what people don't know is this seemingly harmonious underground world. In fact, there's a huge conspiracy behind it. On this day, Jack woke up as usual, but when he went to the toilet to pee, the intelligent butler robot prompted him. His uric acid is seriously over the limit. He needs to be careful with his diet. Jack is very depressed, knowing that if there is a problem with his health, then he is not eligible to participate in the lucky draw. So he plans to go to the medical department to do a comprehensive examination of the body. However, on his way to the infirmary in the lift, he happened to see the results of the weekly lottery. This time the winner was Bald David. David looks very excited. He never thought he'd be so lucky. He can go to live in Paradise Island.
It's like 6 months, but I won the lottery. That's right, me Starkweather, okay?
However, some people are happy and some people are sad. This man was so jealous that he broke an electronic screen with his fist.
I'm going to the island. We're gonna have so much fun. But
Soon Jack arrived at the medical center. He told Dr. John about his condition, and immediately, John gave Jack a full medical checkup. John took out a metal catheter and slowly approached Jack. Then dozens of nanospiders were dripped onto his face. Soon after, the spiders entered Jack's eyeballs. When the spiders entered his body, the microsensors inside will scan Jack's whole body. If there is any problem in his body, the nanospider will automatically repair them, and the uric acid will be normalized. After the physical examination, Jack came to the workplace. At work, he complained to his colleague Mark, "Why is the job so boring? Every day is about injecting nutrient solutions into tubes, and they didn't even know where the tubes ended up." But as soon as he said that, Mary, a colleague, suddenly slipped and fell. It turned out that Mary's water had broken. Knowing that she was about to give birth, Mary was very happy, because it meant that she would soon be able to go to Paradise Island. With everyone's blessing, Mary was happily pushed to the waiting room by the medical staff. And then, just then, Jack suddenly switched off his computer. Then he lied that his computer was broken. He said he needed to report it to the maintenance department. It just so happened that the supervisor had to do something, so he gave Jack the key. He told him to find an engineer. Jack then found Tom, the engineer. Turns out the reason he lied about the computer crashing, because he knew Tom. When he didn't feel like working, he'd come to Tom for a drink. Every time we talked, Jack wondered where Tom's booze came from, because the earth is contaminated by nuclear wastewater. Liquor is a thing that's long gone, and every time Tom was confronted with Jack's inquiries, Tom was disgusted. He warned Jack not to ask what he shouldn't ask, and he repeatedly told Jack not to tell anyone about their drinking. Having said that, Tom turned and left, but just then, Jack suddenly saw a flying insect. It's strange that there's such a thing here. Didn't they say that the contaminated creatures out there have long been extinct? Then Jack took the flying insect back to his room. He put the bug in a glass bottle, and then he found his girlfriend, Ellie, and told her about the bugs. Ellie was very surprised to hear that. She said she wanted to see the flying insects too. But just then, the lucky draw started again on the screen in the lobby. This time, the lucky winner was Ellie. Ellie never dreamed that one day she would be able to live in Paradise Island. Seeing Ellie win the lottery, Jack was both happy and sad. He was happy that Ellie could go to Paradise Island to enjoy her life. He was sad because he didn't know if he'd ever see Ellie again. Jack had no choice but to accept it. When he got back to his room, Jack couldn't sleep. At that moment he suddenly saw a flying insect on the side. To find out where they came from, so he went back to the place where he found them. Jack released the bugs. The bug flew straight up the ladder, and then Jack followed. It wasn't long before Jack was able to open up a piece of the floor, but when he saw what he saw, he was completely shocked, because this is a place he's never seen before. Just saw him climb up quickly to avoid being seen. Jack ran to the locker room again, quickly changed into the work clothes of this place, but just as he was wondering what this floor was for, as a result, he ended up in an operating theater by mistake. Jack looked through the glass and saw Mary lying on the operating table, and she had given birth to her baby. Mary wanted to hold her baby, but the doctor refused. Then the doctor tied Mary's feet. At the same time, another doctor kept injecting an unknown liquid into Mary's body. After a moment of convulsions, Mary died instantly. Jack was completely dumbfounded by the scene in front of him. Didn't they say Mary could live on Paradise Island? Why did the doctor kill her? Soon after, the nurse took the baby out of the operating theater. Then she went to a room. The woman in the room looked exactly like Mary. At the same time, David, who had won the lottery to go to Paradise Island some time ago, also fled the room in panic.